If you squeeze the sunshine out of the oranges, you couldn't produce a more beautiful day in May. 21st day of May, 2010. Calvin Castine and Gordy Little in Ellenburg once again for the FFA Ag Fair. We've been here several years. We've talked to Don Jones and a lot of the kids throughout the years. We've looked at various animals, and every year seems to get a little better, so we enjoy coming back. Nothing pleases us more than to encourage the rural life here in the North Country and to preserve it the best way we can. And to see young people excited about goats and chickens and fish and miniature horses and ducks and pigs and who knows what all pleases us to no end. So we'll do a little show here today on the 21st of May 2010 in the sunshine. And I know you'll enjoy it too. If you're watching it in the winter where it's cold or somewhere where it's a little bit cloudy, eat your heart out, folks. We're going to have a great day in Ellenburg. Stay tuned. Don Jones, how the heck are you?
Pretty good, and you?
Well, I'm just doing good. I've seen the fish tank already, but we'll have to go take the camera and check it out again.
There's an interesting story there.
You have done it again here today. First of all, you charmed the weatherman.
I guess so.
We've got kids galore and kids from the neighborhood. We got animals everywhere, and you told me you got a new judge this year.
We got a new judge. He's actually getting started right there. His name's Jeff Lester. He's out of Vermont. He works in the school district over there. So he's real good with kids in that respect. And Dale Chapin, who we normally have, recommended him highly. So it was kind of a no-brainer.
This ag program has gone on at this school for a long, long time, and I don't know if it's a dying breed in the state of New York, but as I said when we introduced the program a few minutes ago, you can't do anything better than to encourage kids to appreciate the rural life, can you?
Not at all. I mean, knowing where your food comes from, understanding that this is agriculture, but agriculture is so much bigger. It's genetics, it's biology, it's chemistry, it's all these new sciences that are emerging. It all revolves around the foundation of agriculture.
You found a home here, haven't you?
Kind of liking it a little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice here.
A lot of good kids, a lot of good parents supporting what you do.
It wouldn't be possible without them.
No,
there's no way.
It's great. So tell everybody, especially those who are watching today who might not have seen this program before, exactly what you're doing down here.
Well, we teach agriculture. We're the only program in Clinton County now. We do stuff with wildlife, we do stuff with aquaculture, we do stuff with livestock. The field back over there behind the baseball field, we're thinking about some sort of long-term planting.
No kidding.
Yeah, well, Homer used to plant corn up there.
Of course he did.
And working with Homer, you know, it's going back to with the roots, you know, and staying true with what the program was. But we took the tractor up there and we started pulling all the brush out and, you know, giving kids real time to learn. Getting them out and getting them dirty.
Well, these are memories and lessons, actually, that can last a lifetime. There's a lot to be learned out in the fields, huh?
Yeah. More can be learned there than sitting behind a desk, and at least in my class.
You've been here how long now?
This is 2 years now.
Is that possible?
Not at all.
Seems like we're just chatting here about you thinking about it.
Yeah, I think the first time we were here, I was just showing up for an interview, you know?
Yeah. And it worked out for you.
It's worked out beautifully.
You didn't move down here, though, did you?
Not quite yet. I'm still trying to sell my house, and the market's been a little rough. And
yeah.
We bought one of those fixer-upper houses, and we didn't have time to fix it or the money to do it either, so we're just going to lower the price this summer and see if we can get rid of it. But we're looking at some nice spots around here. I want to get into raising dairy goats, actually.
No kidding.
I don't know. See, my kid's lactose intolerant. So
isn't that amazing?
There's a lot of kids that can't respond well to regular cow milk, but they can have goat milk.
Oh, of course.
And my kid was on goat milk for 3 days. His nose cleared up. He was sleeping better at night. And I'm like, you know, sometimes you just got to do it to learn it. You know.
Isn't that amazing? You know, it reminds me of many, many years ago on the radio, probably in the 1960s or early 1970s. A child was born that was more than lactose intolerant and couldn't tolerate any dairy products at all. Here's a little baby who had to have milk to survive. We put out a campaign on the radio and got all the goat's milk this little baby, I think it was a baby girl, needed to survive and thrive.
Yep.
And that little girl is now, who knows, 40-some years old, and the parents have never forgotten that little good deed we did on the radio. So, yeah, goat's milk. I've had a lot of goat's milk over the years.
I got to go get that goat.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Go do it. Well, you know, he probably didn't have a posse lined up. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if this one would make YouTube, Calvin.
That goat better be careful. It's heading over toward the barbecue.
Look at this. Look at this. You see?
Kids today, Gordy.
Yeah, kids today. And there's a kid right there. Look at this. Look at this. Oh.
Kids weren't like that when I was young.
I think they had a book in the Bible about you, Donald. That's pretty good.
We try to stay on top of things.
You're a good shepherd, you are. And you want to raise goats now. You prove you can handle them.
Well, I can pick them up anyway. I still got a lot to learn, but you know, luckily there's enough experts around here. You can find the resources you need. I came here not knowing just about zero about cows, other than that's where we get our milk at the store. And going up to Homer's and learning and talking to the other farmers and just watching and observing. You can just pick up so much, and then watching the kids do it and doing it with them.
Yeah. So explain everything that people can see here today, or people are seeing, or what the kids' involvement are. And
okay.
So
right now we got the showmanship classes going on.
Right.
That's where the kids are judged based on how they handle their animal. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the second round of it. There'll be 3 rounds of this, and then they'll have the confirmation classes, which is the actual animal gets judged. And then all the rounds, the kids get prizes donated from the local community. We've got projects over there by the miniature horse. That cart it's actually not built by John Deere. It's a kid's project he built for his miniature horse.
No kidding.
Yeah, he built it last year and took it down to State Fair and got a blue ribbon.
Did he have a blue ribbon?
He got a blue ribbon.
And maybe something from John Deere?
Yeah, he actually had an offer for somebody to buy it because she loved all John Deere equipment.
Oh, no kidding.
And he just wouldn't sell it because he built it for his sister. And
we saw on television a few weeks ago the smallest normal horse. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was amazing.
And that wasn't even a miniature horse.
No, it was proportional.
Yeah.
You know, normally they're stocky and they're short.
Isn't that amazing?
But it was a really cute little thing. I've seen a lot of goats bigger than that. You know?
Yeah, I saw a Great Dane, the biggest Great Dane ever. That was 43 inches high and 7 feet 8 or 9 inches.
That's bigger than my son.
So what else we got?
We have a lot of people that have run in calves. A lot of their young calves, they work on their farm.
Right.
They can't always get the time to work with the animals at home because they got jobs and stuff.
Sure.
So we let them bring them in. I mean, it shows that they're still involved. You know, in school, out of school, all that stuff. Over here we got a bunch of families that brought in little goats.
Oh,
kids love the little goats.
On the right-hand side here, goats. Okay.
It's kind of like people just want to keep the program going. They call me up. I've got a 5-year. I've got somebody that wants to bring something into your show. And I don't have the heart to say no.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The kid's been working with that animal. Let him show it off. You know, for the showmanship and the classes like that, you got to be in 5th grade or higher. You know, but for this kind of stuff, as long as the parents are going to be here with them all day,
can't beat it. Good experience, one that they'll remember.
Yeah. Some
of these kids will be going to the fair, won't they?
A lot of them will. Pretty much everybody that's got a cow here will be at our fair in Plattsburgh.
Clinton County Fair, yeah.
And we've got a couple pigs over there.
I noticed that. 3 pigs.
We had one of them that put on like 150 pounds since the county fair last year. And he's the guy that's the kid that's got him. He's a 6th grader.
No kidding.
Yep. He just about 3 or 4 years ago, just started getting pigs. His family's into dairy cows. He wanted pigs, and so he started breeding them. He's got 20 left, and I think not too long ago he sold about 35 of them. And
no kidding.
Yeah, they're just into it, and I eat it up. You know. I eat it up too.
Well, the little kids are coming, parents, little brothers and sisters of the kids that are in school, the townspeople.
Yep. We got a lot of parents coming through. The little kids are coming through, and I had to go scramble down to the art room because I had to make sure that we had face painting for them. Somebody came up and said, "What's wrong with you?" You know, and I'm sorry. And I thought I had arranged it, and I talked to him, and he's like, "Oh, when does it start?" And I'm like, 3 minutes ago." So it was really good. But every teacher here is very supportive of this program.
That's great. I noticed animals inside too. What have you got inside?
I remember last year we had those little salmon.
Yes.
We've got those inside again, but now we've also got trout. And we've got our big fish tank, which was 1,000 gallons, and we had it all up and running, and we let it run for about 4 months just to see if there was going to be any bugs in it. So we measured it all, the temperatures and everything, to see what we could put in it. But we did this all during the winter. So then as soon as the temperature started coming up, the tank temperature went right up. So the DEC pulled up yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday?
That was yesterday, yeah. Because we've been waiting and, you know, and making sure that there was no problems with the tank and, you know, getting real close to the event. And the tank was 82 degrees. So it was like rainbow trout won't do it. So we had to do some scrambling. And we ended up dropping, I think, about 300 gallons out of the tank. And then from their water, they brought the fish in. We dumped in 200 gallons, and that brought it down to about 70, which is kind of the higher limit for trout. That's pretty loud still. So, we can hear that in the field over there.
Oh, you can?
Oh, yeah. It does its job very well.
So you got it down to 70?
So we got it down to 70, and then we put them in there, and we tried making great big ice cubes out of like gallon pickle jars. And that didn't bring it down enough. It brought it down about 5 degrees. I mean, we were trying everything.
Big ice cubes.
Oh yeah, we still got them in the freezer. I'll show them to you when we go in there.
You're amazing.
But we have that little chiller that was going on the little salmon eggs.
Yeah.
And we got the Tulaski family donated a 55-gallon regular aquarium on a stand and everything. So we took the chiller, threw it in that, and got that water down about 60 degrees. They all came around. We only lost 2 in the whole process.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll go in and look at them. They're in now, this morning, I was like, well, they're going to be in the kitchen. Nobody's going to be able to see them. I'm like, we got to move them around again. So we made this portable tank on a cart. And you can see it when you go inside. Because I wanted to be able to make something that the kids could build and we could wheel to another classroom. You could take it to the elementary school, take it in the class, and then put a little lesson on there for elementary school kids. And we took some water out of the tank, some water out of the other thing, put some ice cubes in it. Got the temperature down to 60.
Only in Ellenburg. Only in Ellenburg.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Temperature, the chiller says 59 degrees. And
it was looking pretty stable.
Degrees, and
and that's a recirculating biosystem, so you don't waste any water in it. You know, you change the water, you lose about half the water every 2 days, just for for natural filtering process.
So what else have you got inside there? We
got chickens and ducks, and we got some chicks in a little cage in there with a light on top. One of the kids brought in. And I'm trying to think what else. We got a freezer full of Black Angus hamburgers. If you've had some. One of our local parents, Penny Pombrio. Yeah. She cut us a deal like you wouldn't believe. She's an amazing lady. Yep. And so if you're looking for beef, Penny Pombrio. So, but man, those burgers are good. I'm getting people coming over going, I want them. So we're not selling them as a fundraiser, but if you need them, give her a call.
Have you got stuff cooking over here?
We've got the Black Angus burgers going. We've got hot dogs going. We really haven't found the guy around exactly locally that makes the hot dogs that we're looking for. I know we got glaziers, and that kind of stuff going on.
Now, this event is been an annual event for a long time. Does it go all day long? We're here at 10 o'clock in the morning. Does it go all day or what?
This will go probably to about 2, 3 o'clock, depending on how fast the confirmation class is going. We got a lot of animals. Hopefully it'll be done by the time the buses go.
Well, that's a good idea.
Some people have to go on the buses, but they also run the late buses just in case.
This weather makes the kids a little bit itchy for summertime.
They've been itchy for summer for a few weeks now. As soon as that 2 or 3 feet of snow melted, it was it. They were all ready to get outside. I was too, actually. So
let me ask you a silly question. Is it difficult to maintain funding for this program down here with all the school districts in trouble these days?
This school has been amazing with its budgeting to begin with. It's publicly supported. The administration loves it. The Board of Ed loves it. And I don't think it's in a situation. I'm not increasing my budget. by any means. We just get creative with how we do it.
Creative
So
is
we're kind of sustaining it as to where it's been for a couple years now.
So it looks good into the future.
I hope so. We got to do the same thing we do every year, which is recruit for the classes and make sure that's up, and keep core content in there. If you put meat in your classes, people are going to eat.
Yeah.
If you put fluff in there, they're going to go in the corner and.
Yeah. So the program, does it involve only NAC students?
At this point, it does. Homer in the past had worked with Beekmantown in Peru,
right,
and he'd bust them in. I haven't done that yet. I want to get a little bit more, footing underneath myself, and before we go and talk to the other districts about that again.
So you haven't had too many massive surprises since you came here.
No, it's been pretty fun, actually.
You're a busy guy, obviously a very creative guy with the ice cubes. I'll never forget that picture.
I'll show you. That's cool.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful.
I don't know. I thought we pulled them out before the fair started, but like gallon milk jugs and half-gallon milk jugs.
Well, it's great to be here today in the sunshine. We're going to try to talk to some people and take a look around, Don.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming out.
You're the man. Well, before we went too far, we decided to go right to the top.
Right to the top.
And meet the new principal, Mike. It's Luffin? Lockman.
Yes, sir.
And I found out he lives only 1,000 feet from me in Morrisonville.
Right down the street. Right down the
by
street.
the bridge.
Yeah.
And you've been there since 95?
95, yep. I got out of the military and had my teaching degree and moved to Morrisonville.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Now, were you in the Air Force?
I was in the Air Force. I spent 10 years at Plattsburgh Air Force Base.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Originally from where, Mike?
Rochester, New York. Yeah. And I didn't know if I asked to go to that base, I was definitely going.
Isn't that amazing? An awful lot of people like the duty here in Plattsburgh, like the base, like the community.
Yep.
And I'm so pleased that people like you decided to hang out here after it was all over.
Absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Well, 95 was a significant year in many ways.
It really was.
But you were still in the Air Force.
I got out that year, yeah.
Before you knew the base was closing?
Well, we had the choice when all of that was going on. I was planning on getting out at 10 years anyway. I had finished my teaching degree and didn't want to go to a remote base, so I was done. I was ready to move on, and I'd been working on my degree, so it was time.
Isn't it great how a plan comes together?
It was amazing how the plan came together because President Clinton was drawing down the military then, and they offered us a bonus to leave, and everything worked right out.
So how did you end up in NAC?
Pure luck. I was working at Champlain Valley Educational Services for 12 years, and they had opened up the position, and I thought about it and just thought it's time to take a look. And I had done some work up here in a previous position. I was a trainer in the Special Education Training and Resource Center, and come up here and work with the staff, and I always loved coming up here. The faculty and staff were so approachable, so good to work with, and I didn't know all this went on, but I loved coming up here and working with everybody. So
we like it here, and that's why we come back every year to meet the kids and the cows.
Yeah.
And it's a good program. It's a
phenomenal
program that's waning in America and in New York State. It was a lot bigger and more inclusive in the olden days, but NAC is to be commended for maintaining this program every year. When you see the smiles on these kids' faces,
it's wonderful. It's absolutely amazing. So many kids bring in their animals, and it ties not only the school to the community, but their parents are here, and they're teaching the kids so many good things about responsibility and taking care of the animals and working with others and competing and stuff. It's just a wonderful, wonderful program. It's unbelievable.
Now, is this your first year here?
Yes, it is. Yep, I'm finishing my first year here. I came on at the end of September.
Any big surprises along the way?
This.
Besides budgets and all of that stuff.
No, I think the superintendent and the board did a great job with the budget this year.
Didn't they? It's amazing.
Yeah, they did just an awesome job with the budget, and the community is so proud of this program, and they love what this does for their kids here. So this is probably never going anywhere, but it's really one of the most important things I think the community sees we do here. And you know, it brings the whole community together. It really does a great job up here.
So what's in the offing? What are you going to do this summer?
We have some projects to work on up here this summer. Plenty of things going on. So yeah, I'll be up and around and stuff. I'll try to sneak in some fishing time.
Well, we live so close to the Saranac River.
I fish there too. Yep.
Beautiful Lake Champlain, and a lot of great fisheries around us, aren't there?
Absolutely, yeah. I have some friends, and we've been on Taylor Pond and Way Pond and Moose Pond and stuff, and we'll be in the Ausable and the Saranac River soon and stuff. So yeah, well, fishing season's on. It's beautiful.
You get the itch on a day like today.
I do get the itch on a day like today.
Mike, be careful. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's wonderful to meet you.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are here.
Beep the horn and wave and say hi, neighbor.
Stop
now
by.
You know why.
Yeah, stop by.
Good to meet you, Mike.
Good to meet you.
Good
Thank
luck.
you, Gordon. Yeah.
We're at the FFA Fair, but we're trying not to shoot too much bull today. Well, we told people you had ice cubes in the freezer.
I wasn't kidding. These are the size, you know.
There it is, baby.
Salad dressing, that's what it was. Just to try to get the temperature down, we're doing whatever we had to do to get it done.
So you got the good Black Angus stuff in here, huh?
These are all from right there. There's about 200 pounds left in there. We might have to take some out real quick because looks like there's a little line out there for them burgers.
Oh, you know, we got in this corner, and I said, "Oh, Calvin, I can smell it. Yeah, I'm in trouble already." And it's
I like this area of the room.
Not even.
Not gonna lie.
So what do we got going on? The ladies are busy back there doing something.
A lot of these are parents and a couple kids that are working back here, just trying to get everything done. During this time, there's not supposed to be kids moving through there, you know, because it's a health thing, you know.
Yeah.
So we have Lisa, and she's in charge of our kitchen services.
Right.
And she's running around between their kitchen and our kitchen and making sure everything's done by the health, you know, code.
Yeah.
So if you look over there in that corner by the door.
Where, on the left-hand side? Oh, right over here inside the door, Calvin.
This was the tank that we had originally put them in when that big tank was just getting too warm.
Yeah.
And just to really visually see them get more active as the temperature went down and make sure they were going to survive.
So that's the way it works, huh? So how did you figure out this cotton picking contraption here?
I spend a lot of time online looking for stuff that's not in a textbook.
Yeah.
So I went to this place called the Southern Regional Aquaculture Center, and they have publications about fish farming in the South. And there was one on how to make your own, the 2 barrels. And it was designed for like somebody to start in his basement and just learn about it. And we adapted it a little bit so that it was a little bit better for what we're doing, so that we could go away for a weekend and not have to worry about coming back and feeding them. You know, and so that it was just an easier thing to do to roll it around into classrooms.
So you actually made the cart?
Yep, we ordered steel from Jeffert Steel in Plattsburgh. They delivered it. In my ag mechanic class, cut it up, welded it, and we ordered the tires from, I want to say Ranger or someplace like that.
It's amazing, and it tows pretty good, doesn't it?
Yep, it's just shove it right along.
So you actually move it around the classroom?
We move it around the shop all the time because we have to.
Oh yeah?
This is like the first time it's actually had fish in it. So now, at this point, an email went out last week saying if anybody wanted it in a classroom and towards the end of the year, it's ready to go. So,
do you have as many people here as you hoped for, Don?
I think there's more than we had hoped for, actually, and really? I really appreciate it. You know?
Well, so we've only been not even an hour underway here, and with some nice crowds out there. The parking lot's just about full.
Yep, and the little kids are really enjoying it, and I even hear tell that we had a rabbit in the study hall, so we had to go take care of that.
Oh, you mean it hopped in on its own?
Oh no, the owner just kind of walked it down, and yeah, I had to make sure my girls that were manning the small engines kept the cages closed, and you know, usually what happens is the person that owns the animal will come out and let people pet it, and well, she did that, but then she went back to study hall, so it was a little different.
Just a little bit different, but you can handle that kind of stuff.
Not something you see at too many schools.
Not often.
And if that's the biggest problem I have today, been a good day.
I love it. All right, Don. We'll talk to you later.
Sure. Thanks.
More than one thing's happening in our little make-do kitchen today. Boy, we got a fish tank here. Tell me about what we have here.
What we have here is we work with the DEC and Trout Unlimited, and they have a program called Salmon in the Classroom. And they actually gave us about 200 eggs. And we use that chiller that's on the barrel over there to cool this water down about 35 degrees. And we gradually raise it up over time so that it matches the local rivers. And then they hatch out and you can watch them grow. And it's just a really good learning experience for all the kids. After the fair is over, these guys are going in the river across the street.
Oh, are they really? We'll remember that.
In about 4 years or so,
Oh,
start coming
baby.
back. We put some in there last year, so.
So how many have you got, do you think?
Well, we started with 200. We had a pretty bad survival rate this year. We probably got about 50. You know, it was a matter of when they're small, the kids like to take the turkey baster and just blow them around, and sometimes they get sucked up inside, and you know. And so this was in my desk most of the time.
I can understand. I can understand that's a weapon of war.
It's
in
a
the
weapon.
wrong hands.
But it's like a tranquilizer for a lot of these kids. They'll come over and sit here and just watch the fish. And it's
It is
just
fun to watch. Why
for me,
people
it's
have
relaxing.
such-
I still do it.
That's great, and to think that they'll be really, really nice in a few years, won't they?
Yep. Hopefully, I'll find a few on my plate.
Well, we've got a few in the tank out here, and I want to look at them before we get rid of you there for a few minutes. Anyway,
Oh, yeah,
okay?
the rainbow
Let's
tank.
have a look at that crazy tank
Contraption?
of yours. Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it. All right, this is amazing.
I like
Somebody
this.
gave you these tanks?
No, these were actually barrels that we had at school. We
They
cleaned
are.
them out really good. They were all done using them and cut the lids off them and started using them. You notice, like across the road over there, they got them chained up to light poles as garbage cans.
Right.
So before they go to be garbage cans, we just took a couple ones that had a nice heavy lip on them.
And you saw this on the internet?
I just found plans, and it was like, we could probably do that. We modified it a little bit so it would work better for what we wanted to do.
How did you make this plexiglass? You had
I'll tell you, I snapped a few pieces, I'm not going to lie.
Did you really?
Well, I tried to use plexiglass because it's so much cheaper than Lexan,
Yeah.
but we would get about here and then this corner would bust off.
Oh, no.
So we'd have to go, luckily we bought pieces big enough we could use a couple. But finally I was just like, we just got to get the Lexan and make it work right,
I didn't know.
It bends
I
a
never
lot.
heard of that.
Lexan. It's just a highly flexible plastic. And it adheres well with bonding agents. And you can pretty much put a 90-degree kink in it and it'll still be strong.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you had to glue it?
Yeah, we just used Type 2 GE caulking because that's aquarium safe. There's no toxics in it or nothing like that. But in the bottom of here, we just have I'll actually pull it up for you. It's just a pond pump.
Oh, I see.
Okay?
Yeah, sure.
And then it just goes through the pipe. Everything gets filtered up through there, goes through the pump, and then there's a string on this somewhere.
I also know how cold that is. Not bad, though.
It feels nice.
60 degrees.
If you look at this right here, it looks like a big SOS pad.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's
And
a
what this
filter.
does is it provides a lot of surface area for the bacteria to grow on.
Uh-huh.
So what happens is, unlike us where we can go to the bathroom and flush and it's gone, we don't have to worry about it, they gotta swim in it.
Yeah.
So it builds up in the water, and what this does is it gets bacteria that'll eat that and renders it kind of immune for the fish to reuse the same water.
Yeah.
If you're using a lot of energy to cool your water, you don't want to cool it every time, use it, and then throw it away. So you just keep reusing the same water over and over. You're supposed to do a water change every few days to get rid of whatever's left in there.
Yeah.
But this is the chiller that was we were using for the salmon.
Yeah.
Little salmon eggs.
It's right over there.
That came from Trout Unlimited. It's a great little setup. We bought a couple pond pumps.
Yeah.
We've got one for the big tank, Pond Master.
Yep.
Just a matter of trying to make everything work right, And then the water comes out over here and then just goes under that. And then the bottom, there's a little bit of a gap below the bottom of this filter where it's supposed to be, not where it is. And the solids will settle out there. And then on the back, we got a valve. We open it up, and then it just goes away.
Isn't that? What a great idea. You built that this year, Don?
This one we did, yeah. Been thinking about it and trying to, problem solve it. There's a few things that we got to do to tweak it out a little bit more, but it's not until you got it built and you're actually trying to run it, you see where it ends up. Like the pump right now is only working at about 25% capacity of what it's supposed to be running at, and that's because this pipe here is the same size as this pump. Well, this one's under pressure, so if we crank it up all the way, this one floods. So we're either going to put another, next year we'll tweak it a little more and engineer it. Put another, either a bigger line in there or, you know, something along those lines.
Kids and adults are loving it when they can come up and actually.
We weren't sure what the lighting was going to be, so we just decided to get some underwater lights for it.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
A little glimmer there.
Yeah. At night it's really cool. But
is it really great at night?
Yeah.
Sorry, we won't be here.
No, I expect everybody to be in bed. I will.
I love it. So far, so good, huh?
We're doing pretty well.
There's the rooster crowed right on cue. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, no problem.
See you later, Don.
Thanks.
Boy, that rooster's the king of the castle over there.
Yeah, we can hear him loudly today.
Rick Lauren, how are you?
Very good, very good.
He trimmed his mustache for this special occasion.
Yeah, got a haircut too.
I love it. So what's going on with you here today?
Well, we're kind of showing the kids a little bit about the museum. Just want to touch base on getting out there, and hopefully a few people come down. And we're trying to get out in the public a little more. We were at Tractor Supply last weekend. We're here this weekend. We're going to Dairy Days in Vermont just to have a small booth and get the name out there and invite people to come down and see the museum.
Let's just talk about the name a little bit. We've interviewed people in the past. We've looked forward to this for a long, long time. Yeah. We're recording this on the 21st day of May, and it won't be very long before this thing is a reality. Tell us about the history.
The Babby Rural and Farm Museum came about. Leeward's been thinking about this for years. And about 18 months ago we got together and we finally did some of the paperwork and put together the nonprofit status and started remodeling Leeward's home base. So we have a couple work weekends left, but in 3 weeks we're going to be at our grand opening and we're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. We will have several people there. Mr. Owens is going to be there, Mr. Langley, Janet Dupree, all to help Leeward cut the ribbon. And we're going to have a book signing on Sunday with Joe Burke, and on the book he just wrote on William Minor. And we're having a book signing on Saturday with Lincoln Sunderland on the book he wrote on the history of Peru. So we're going to have stagecoach rides, the shingle mill will be operating.
No kidding.
And we're going to have a lot of activities. So we're really looking forward to our grand opening in 3 weeks. The work leading up to it has been tremendous, but everybody's pitched in. And so we're really looking forward to the grand opening.
You know, I remember when this idea was hatched. And, you know, we've interviewed lots of people about lots of dreams. And I'm sad to say that many of those dreams didn't come true. But here's one where persistence paid off.
Yes, yes. Everybody's been very helpful. We really are looking forward to being a slightly different type of museum. We really want to be interactive with the kids. We want to be able to go to the school in the winter with small displays and just look forward to really being part of the community and hope the community becomes a part of us. So yes, it's
we've been there with our cameras before. I haven't been down that road in a little while. We're talking about River Road in Peru. 250 is the address?
250, yes.
And lots and lots of tractors. It all started with lots and lots of tractors.
Yeah, I think we're up to 15 tractors now.
Wow.
And we have a ton of the tractors, and we have a lot of horse-drawn equipment as well. So it's a wide variety. We're focusing on 1850 to 1960. Those are the years that we're really focusing on, and we really want the kids to have a good time when they come down. And when some of the older farmers will have a great time reminiscing.
Can you imagine?
Oh, we used to use, that's an antique? No, we use that, you know? So it should be a great time for all.
It's amazing how many antique tractors are still operating right here in Clinton County.
Yes, there is an awful lot, and people are coming out of the woodworks to say, I have this tractor, I have that tractor. We're looking forward to the opening of the museum, and it's just going to be a great weekend and hopefully a great summer for people to come down and visit. So,
you know, this kind of stuff is appealing not only to old people like me, but to little kids. What little kid doesn't love a tractor?
Yeah, and we're actually going to have a little rocking horse. Can you put her on for the camera?
Put her right on there.
Yeah. This is one of our raffle items.
Oh, no kidding.
And
you made it yourself, right?
No, Sharon and Clarence Patre did.
Did they really?
And they have a cow and a rocking horse and a rocking cow, and this is a rocking donkey.
Beautiful.
And this is just one of our great raffle items that we have.
Oh, my.
You know, so.
Look at it. She's spurring the horse. She wants him to go.
This is what we want. We want these kids to be part of the museum, and this is one way.
Oh,
and so,
you think she's not having a ball?
Yeah, this is great. This is great. So,
we got a homemade rocking horse in our house, and when the little ones come to visit, that's where they can make a beeline for the rocking horse.
And
that's great.
So it's just Leeward is so looking forward to the opening. We're looking for memberships as well to help us kind of get started. And the raffle items, like I said, you see that. You see maple syrup, blenders. We've got all kinds of things. We have over 50 items for our raffle that some of the local businesses have been great. So we really appreciate the support we've gotten from the community.
There aren't very many museums like this around the North Country.
No, there's a one getting started in St. Lawrence, but they've been up and running as a club for about 30 years. I went up to their show last year. We're hoping that we can work with them and probably trade items because they have some stuff we want and we have a couple extras.
Why not?
And but they're about the closest, and that's a couple hours. So this is great. We're participating with the Clinton County Museum Day on June 5th. That'll be our opening tryout, I guess. And but meeting with all the other museums, we're basically the only agricultural one. So this will be a great addition to the local museums and stuff in a different aspect. So it's wonderful.
And I think it will be a tourist attraction too.
Yeah.
People come to the North Country and plan their vacations in all seasons of the year. And you'll be open probably from May to what?
October, end of October. Yeah, and then in the winter we'll be open by appointment, but we're also going to concentrate on going to the schools with a small display and really work with the schools. We really want to be interactive. Any of the clubs, youth clubs, are welcome to use our conference room free at any time for any projects.
Isn't that great?
And,
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, we just want them to participate, and we want to participate with them. So it's
who's gonna put up a website?
Actually, we have a website
already.
Yes, it's a little bit long, but if you Google Babby Museum, it'll come up, and all this information is up on our website. So.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's really important, as I said, for people who don't live here or who used to live here.
Right.
Who might want to come back.
And of course, now the kindergartners are on the computer, so they want to Google it first. So, you know, yes. So we're on
Babby Museum.
Babby Museum, and it'll come up. Babby Rural and Farm Learning Museum. But all that information is on there, and it'll come up. So wonderful.
Can't wait for the opening.
Thank you very much, you guys.
Thank you, my friend. We'll see you soon.
Yes, very good. Thank you.
Well, we had to move out in the sunshine again. What a day, guys. Who are you?
Tyler Fortin.
How are you?
Good.
Are you glad to be here? I could tell. He forced a smile just for the occasion. Who are you?
Bethany Drown.
And?
Bryant Fortin.
That's great. Brian, what have you got? What'd you bring with you today?
I brought 3-month-old heifer calves.
From your farm?
Yep.
Nearby or what?
Yeah, we live in Ellenburg Center.
Not very far away, and you didn't even have to walk them here, did you?
No.
All right. Did you know about this event for a long time, Brian?
Yeah, it's been here every year, and I usually bring calves here every year.
Yeah, no bigger cattle to be judged out here? Or?
No, I don't.
Next year.
Probably
Next year?
We're gonna hope to get him showing.
What do you think about that idea?
Yeah, it's good.
Do you think that's cool? Do you go to school here? What grade?
Fifth.
That's great. It's a good program. Doesn't even smell too bad around here today. That's a surprise. Hey guys, who's got the best face painting over there?
I would think the Tyler.
I would think the clown. What's that clown's name? I need to know.
Connor Yell.
Huh?
Connor Yell.
Okay. Even he might not have wanted to say his name, but so you guys, do you have a lot more cattle, or is this it, or what?
Yeah, we have about 85 head. About 85 cows. We have probably 30 calves.
Are you all involved in raising them, or what?
Yeah.
Just on a regular basis. You like that farming life, huh? Are you still
for
at
right
school?
now. Yeah.
Where?
Here.
What grade?
I'm a junior this year.
Are you really? Looks like you're 27 years old. That's great. This is a nice area to live in. It's really good to have programs like this. Don's doing a good job.
Yeah.
You take some of the ag classes?
I do.
She does.
Do you really?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm so glad to see it growing and thriving, and I even like the fish in there too.
Yeah,
you know?
those are new this year.
That's cool, huh? With the crazy fish tanks and the blue containers. That's great. Anyway, guys, it's wonderful to talk to you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Have a great day. You can even get in the shade once in a while. I saw the little chair. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. He's eating the chair. See you guys later. Have a great day. Good to meet you. Obviously, well fed.
See from Farmer Boy here, Gordy.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll come around the front here. So. Never get on the receiving end of the oxen.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. Never sign on. Always stay in the mountainside of the yak, remember?
We're on.
There we are. Hi, who are you?
I'm Cody LeClaire.
How are you?
Good.
What have you got here?
My oxen.
They're beautiful. How old are they?
9 months.
Do you know how to do work yet?
Yep.
Really? You hook them up to stuff? Like what?
Tires.
No, really? Just to see?
Yeah.
Yeah, every day or once in a while or?
Every weekend.
No kidding. Who built this yoke for you?
We got it from a friend.
Did you? Works perfect. They're pretty tame, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Have you raised them from very little ones or what?
Yeah.
Did you? Babies?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you live?
Ombre Depot.
Right nearby. You had no trouble getting them here? I bet you there'll be the only 2 oxen here today.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen, I don't know how many oxen there are around here, do you?
I only know a few people who have pairs.
Not too many. We used to have a big pair down around Moira, Brushton, where I used to live, and they used to walk them in parades. One time I saw one almost get out of hand walking down the hill. So you're going to stick around all day with them or not?
Yep.
Are you really? That's great. They're wonderful. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. Do they have names?
Yep, this is Humphrey and that's Hawkeye.
Hawkeye and Humphrey. 2 H's, huh? All right. And Yankee fans too, huh? I like it. Okay, see you later.
Okay.
I haven't been in the booth. This smells like new paint in here.
It is. Yeah.
I know you're Abby Spinner.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you. And what's your name?
Mary Manor.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
I'm behind you, so no false moves. Abby was kind enough to take us all around last year. That was a lot of fun. We learned a lot, Ab. What have you been doing since then?
Just enjoying my senior year, pretty much.
Yeah, what's next for you, anyway?
I'm going to the Cornell University College of Ag and Life Sciences.
Oh, of course, none better. We send a lot of kids from the North Country over there. Do you like this campus? Have you been there lots?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Do
It's
you?
really nice.
I bet you can't wait.
For school to be done, pretty much, but I'll miss everyone here.
So when do you get out this year, out of here?
We graduate June 25th.
Ta-da! Oh boy, then it might be a little short summer for you. You got to be down there by late August, maybe?
Yep.
Oh, you can handle it. That's wonderful. And Mary, What year are you? Are
I'm
you a senior?
Mm-hmm.
You're graduating too?
Yep.
You're not going to Cornell though, are you?
No.
What are you going to do?
I put an application in for CVPH.
No kidding. Wonderful.
I go to CV Tech for medical legal office assisting.
Oh yeah, great course. You like it?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. You don't think you're going to go into actual nursing though, huh?
No. Not right now.
Well, who knows what the future might bring.
Yep.
First you got to get out of school and graduate. And what are you going to do this summer, Hap?
So who 5 blues?
Oh, go ahead.
We have
Girls.
Is really when you have a class where the showmen are all this good, I feel like I'm splitting hairs and really getting picky when it comes to coming to a placement. In the end, the girl here with the black cow just was focused the entire time. There's a couple little things I had to do with the halters that she picked up during her inspection of the animal. She picked up on immediately, and she was able to make the correction immediately, and that's what really sorted her way to the top of the class. We really have, between second and third, we have a really close place in here. And what it really came down to is how they were able to make the animals look when they were on the halter of other people's animals. The gentleman here in third really made his cow look the best when he was on the halter.
Tell me who these kids are from left to right, can you?
Between second and third.
Wait, do you want me to tell from
between
first
fourth
to...
and fifth, another close placing.
Okay.
I was just asking
First
to
place
make sure we have the
is
facts
Michelle
down when we
Silver.
bring the animal
on the right-hand side,
On the
okay.
right. And then second place, Caleb Sample.
That's just the nature of heifers at this time of the year.
Third place, Tyler Nephew. Fourth place, Brandon Trumbley.
Right.
And fifth place is Matt Carter.
Terrific. Thanks so much, kids.
I would really trust them with my own animals.
You know, if I were here at NAC, I'd make one change, Gordy. Not that they ever have any problems, but I would try to find a way to get this on before school budget vote, because everybody who comes has to be so proud of what they're doing here in Ellenburg.
You know, it's amazing, and that's why it's such a pleasure for you and for me to come back every year. Talk to the kids, talk to the administrators. There is no substitute for the joy of youth looking around, enjoying something and getting an education at the same time. And as I said in the beginning and several times during the course of our show today, Calvin, it doesn't happen that much anymore. So this is a program that we're pretty proud to have in the North Country. Sure, you wanted me to say the name. No, not if I can get you to do it, Mary. Who's out there?
Michelle Silver, Caleb Sample, Austin Trombley, and Chelsea Trombley.
And what class are we in, senior?
Master Showman.
Master Showman. This is big time, right?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. Oh, the little ones are here. The big ones are here. Oh, yeah. Even Homer's here. Homer Bushy, how are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good to see you. Every year we have to talk to you before we wrap it up, because you're the guy that started all of this.
Well, a few years ago.
It's good to see it every year, isn't it, Homer?
Oh yeah, it's very good. It's good for the program, and the community sees what the kids are involved in, and hoping that's going to be a continuing thing. Today, with the way the economy is, you never know what can happen, and it's important that it's there. You can see how much enthusiasm these kids have with their animals and the pride that they have in being able to take care of them, and you don't see too much of that today.
No, you certainly don't. And Calvin said a few minutes ago, and he made a lot of sense. Should have had this fair before the budget vote. Everybody would have turned out.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
It's and when we have nice sunshine, beautiful sunshine.
Yes, that's nice to have. Calvin's been here for a few years, and he's known some of the weather that we've had over the years. I think I mentioned it before. I know one year we had our school tractor and two of the school's tractors that the janitors have, one for our program, and then we had to tie the corners of the tent down, anchor them to the tractor so the damn tent wouldn't fly away.
Come on, are you kidding
me? I'm not kidding you. We got pictures of that. We got pictures of that in the scrapbook.
Well, you couldn't buy a better day than today for the
excellent,
event.
excellent day.
Especially when kids plan for a long time, and administrators plan for a long time. We met the new principal, and he was thrilled with it. He was shocked and surprised and pleased.
You see the effort that has been done and with the animals, the kids, and the teacher that does the program. That obviously there's a reason for having this program, and it's been in existence since. Originally, Altona and Ellenbird had their ag programs, and now merged into Northern Adirondack, and it's just a continuing thing. Yes, I started in 1970, but
was it 1970? 35 years? No, 40 years. Right?
Yeah, 40 years.
Wow.
And Charlie Petch, who used to be the ag teacher in Altona, and Harold Tapdemore, who used to be in Ellenbird, started this back in the 1940s. I think Ellenbird was 46 and Altona was 48. They started the programs. And this was a thing that they had also, because I went through the Altona program, and we had, just like you see here, a fair.
Had
with
the ag days with the fair and the whole thing?
At one time, we used to have the whole school involved. The sciences departments had all the kinds of exhibits and so forth. So it was a thing, and the homemaking department, everybody was involved with it. And but then that just sort of died back down just to the ag program, and it's something that's continued. So.
I can just picture somebody getting on the computer who stumbled on this on the internet, because this program is on various websites, hometowncablenetwork.com and plattsburgh.com. Somebody seeing this and saying, "Hey, Maud, come on, look at this, cows, they're teaching this in school." Thanks to Homer Bushy, they are teaching this in school. Isn't it great to see this program still vital every year?
Oh yeah, very much so. It again, it's like I said, it's a continuing thing, uplifting for the kids and the parents and the people that are involved with helping these kids have animals to show them, and it's just a good thing. Sports programs and all the programs in the school are very essential for every school, and unfortunately not every school has this type of a program, but still the same. It's things you just can't have kids learning every day, and that being the only thing. You've got to have these extra things for these kids to be involved in, and this certainly is a good, especially for the kids in this community.
How many of these are yours?
First 8.
First 8. Yeah. Don said there are more this year than last year too. I forgot. What did he say? 35 or something?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Well, we had, families. Of course, a lot of these families are farm anymore. But my God, I've seen as many as 60, 70 head of cattle here at one time.
Have you really?
Oh yeah, but I mean the Trombleys, the McNeils, the Harrigans, those big farms that showed cattle all the time, all over the place. They were just involved, and you take in one of those names, and there's so many families that are involved with each one of those names that it's something that you hope that continues on. There's some Trombleys here. There's a lot of Trombleys in this barn in this tent right now that are showing, and that family continues. The other families. Children, they don't go into it, or the farms are no existence. There's no more animals.
To keep the interest up, but that's why we're so delighted that it's still here. The ag business has changed so much since you first got into it, Homer.
Oh, I guess it has. Down our way, Calvin can testify this. It's Drew Poultry Farm.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, boy, it's unbelievable the mechanization that's in that now. But
farming itself has changed. It's hard for the little dairy farmer to survive.
Well, it is. It's there's so much milk being produced, and too much of it being produced. The milk prices are so bad that it's hard, especially for the small farms, to be able to sustain their livelihood, and it's rough going. And when you don't see prices of milk, hopefully we're supposed to have gone up, aren't. They're continuing going down again.
We talk about this every year. Talk about a roller coaster. I don't know how you guys survive.
I don't know.
Really don't.
Well, I'll tell you what. Some of them are still there, but there's some indebtedness that is there that they've got to try and make up somehow, some way. And but it's a rough going. There's no doubt about it.
We cry every time we see a farm on the auction block.
Oh yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
So many family farms that existed 40, 50 years ago that I recall. Not only here, but over in St. Lawrence County, where I originally lived. Wow.
It's throughout the whole country. It's not just in our particular area. It's the whole thing. I mean, these big farms are just getting bigger, and they're making them out. I talked to a gentleman who's a good friend of mine who hauls milk. He's got 6 trucks on the road right now, and he was telling me the amount of milk There's no different in the amount. The amount is still there. He's maintaining his 6 trucks on the road with no problem at all. And obviously the production is there, but so much production causes the surplus, and down goes the price. As simple as that.
Well, at least this year at the fair, we didn't have to hold the tent down with a tractor.
No. Nice sunny day.
It seems like one year when we were here, the tent was going down. Was that a couple of years ago?
Yeah. Last year nothing happened, didn't it?
That was last year. People were grabbing ropes and thank God for strong farm people to hold the tent up. I'll tell you that.
Windmills up here for nothing, you know. There's plenty of wind.
You got, well, there's plenty of wind right here too.
Oh yeah.
Homer, thanks so much for everything you've done for this activity, for this school, people of the North Country. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Gordy. I appreciate you and Kellen coming up here every year to talk to these people and let the people know throughout the county and wherever this goes that we do have a still good program up here, and that we're hoping for it to continue.
We love it. Have a great day, buddy.
Okay.
See you later.
I think we're going to get a little cart ride here, Gordy.
I think we are. That looks like a John Deere cart. I wonder if that's really an old tractor seat or a newer tractor seat.
It looks like an old one.
It looks like it could be an old one. That's very clever design, isn't it? I'm not sure it would hold you or me.
Those colors there, I don't know. I hope Jack Dragoon isn't watching this show.
Oh, you think so? Well, it's got the John Deere decal on it already. You see it right up here?
Yeah. Sorry, Jack.
Well, we're getting ready to do a little hauling here today, and that's going to be good. You got to do that, you know. A lot of the kids who were here earlier have gone. I guess they let classes out for a little while. A lot of people lined up where the food is being cooked over there. Those Angus hamburgers look pretty good.
And speaking of food here, this little pony here was looking around the sawdust, and I thought maybe he or she was hungry, and pulled some grass, and this little fella said no.
Fat enough. Fat enough.
She's got enough.
She's well fed.
She's not starving.
You got that right.
We done quick.
Yeah, I bet you she did.
31 inches tall, so.
I know. She learns just. Look at how she holds her back feet. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, she's good.
What's her name? I forgot.
Whisper.
Whisper, of course. What else would you call her? You guys have had her for a long time, haven't you?
We've had her 3 or 4 years.
Have you really?
Yeah.
That's
She's 20 years old.
Come on.
Yeah.
20 years old.
Yeah.
Was she born around here or not?
Vermont.
In Vermont?
Actually, she was born in New Hampshire. We bought her from Vermont.
That's
originally from New Hampshire, though.
Never would guess that she was 20 years old to look at her.
Yeah, she's pretty healthy.
She's beautiful. She could pull you easy in the cart, right?
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Very easy.
She'd probably lay down if she saw me get in it.
About 3 times her body weight. So.
Can't she really?
Yeah.
How much does she weigh, do you know?
I don't know, probably 300. So she could probably 900 pounds she could pull easy.
Ta-da! Hook her up. Let's go. We'll watch it. I never harnessed a horse that size before. Have you, Calvin?
No. I got a ritual to go through here.
Oh yeah, gotta get her looking good. See the T-shirt he's got on?
Oh yeah.
I'm big on the farm. Cool, huh? She's beautiful, 20 years old. I guess you could tell by the teeth, but I didn't look at the teeth, so I wouldn't have any way of knowing how old she was. She's just beautiful, and they've had her for quite a while. This sunshine is incredible. What would you guess, 74, 5 maybe?
I would think it's somewhere in there.
Mid-70s? That's great for the 21st day of May. For those people just now turning on their TVs or computers.
A lot better than the 27th day of April.
Oh, you got that right.
We'd be standing in 1.5 feet of snow right here.
Oh, boy. Well, we've had an up and down winter and spring. Can't complain too much, even though we're entitled because we live in the North Country of New York State. But it's the 21st of May, 2010, and we're at the Northern Adirondack Central School in Ellenburg, New York, the northern tier of Clinton County, with an Ag Day, FFA Ag Day, a fair and a show. And we've covered many aspects of it this year and every other year, and we're just anxious to talk about it each year, let people know that we have such programs that still exist. Look at a beautiful, beautiful harness. That's great. Remember Pat and Pete when we watched George harnessing those?
Yeah, I remember George telling us how docile they were.
Yes, never would run away. The most famous video that Calvin ever did was shooting the stars in the ends of his feet over and over again as they were spooked, as it turned out, by a blown tire. And it was a scary couple of minutes, but Melissa is...
No, it wasn't a couple minutes. It's just a few seconds.
Just a few seconds. Yeah. It doesn't take long for a team of horses to run a quarter of a mile through that field and down the other end. She got him stopped very quickly.
She got him stopped. I think I timed it on the camera with less than 10 seconds, I think, Dave.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It's funny how time is exploded and compressed when you're in the middle of a disaster, especially when you were on your back. That's amazing. But Calvin came out of it relatively unscathed. The horses didn't want to go back through the gate, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So,
but here they are.
We Country Dreams Farm, and we were taking a ride with the team pulling the horses. I was standing in the back of the wagon, and fortunately for me, there was no gate in the back of the wagon.
Oh boy!
Because when I landed backwards, my neck landed outside of the wagon, and had there been a gate there, that's right where I would have hit. So,
of course, you don't have time to shut off the video. Thank goodness he didn't.
No.
We all jumped down and looked around because we thought somebody had been shooting at us. But Melissa is a very good horsewoman. She was able to get them stopped. You said within 10 seconds. That amazes me. I never did time that.
Yep.
We did make sure we showed that over.
Yeah, I had to put a replay on it. Yeah.
A few extra times. And we saw George and Melissa, not to talk to, but at actually in real time. It was yesterday at the Business Expo at the SUNY Plattsburgh Fieldhouse. We saw them walking through. They've been operating that farm for a long time. They do a lot of special activities summer and winter. And once again, they're a couple that try to preserve the old horse-drawn days. I don't know how many horses they have, but quite a few horses, donkeys, mules.
Yeah, when they first started, when Melissa first started the Country Dreams Farm, Melissa Provost, she wanted pre-tractor days, but I think George Weidel, her foreman there, said, I got to have a little... So they got some old John Deere. And
they did get some old tractors?
They got some old tractors there, that, nothing too powerful, but I do have a few older pieces of equipment.
And George is a great guy because he's a city guy that became countrified, and he looks like he's never been off the farm with his beautiful long beard and his big floppy hat. He's a great blacksmith, and he can restore old horse-drawn equipment. That's why they collected so much of it there on the farm. They still do a lot of stuff for the horses.
That was our visit with George as a blacksmith was one of the last 2 or 3 shows that Bob Venn did with me.
No kidding.
Yeah, we went there I think on a Monday, and Bob suffered his heart attack on a Wednesday.
That was way back in 1997, right?
Yep. June of '97.
Wow. A lot of water over the dam, but Bob's up there down looking at us saying, good job, boys. And this absolutely perfect summer-like day in May at Northern Adirondack Central School in Ellenburg. Just waiting. He's got his helmet on. He's ready. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a little parade around the parking lot here.
I think Dad's going to hold the front of the horse there. So.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. She's going to be
I think that's probably a good idea. He's got his driving gloves on. Look at this.
Oh, my.
His dad obviously told him, don't let anybody feed that horse any grass, whatever you do. Oh, boy. Here we go. That's a beautiful cart. Beautiful little cart. That's great.
In the overall scheme of things, it wasn't that long ago. This was
commonplace.
The way people get about.
You go to town, you hook up a cart and you go, or a buggy. Isn't that the best?
Yeah, I was driving down the Northway the other day at 66 miles an hour, and you know, thinking back to 100 years, people could have only imagined that we'd have roads like that and traveling at a mile a minute. You know,
it's amazing, and yet I was going somewhere yesterday, albeit out in the country, but driving down a nice paved road at the normal highway speed, and there was somebody working in a field with a team. I can't even remember where it was, and I said, yeah, way to go, nice big strong team, you know. Then I went a little farther, and there's a woman riding a horse and with another horse walking along behind her. So there must be quite a few horses left here in our county.
There seems to be getting more of them. As you get fewer and fewer farmers that need that land to make their living, you're getting more of these casual people that have horses.
Yeah, and it's great. Of course, we have a lot of people that raise Morgan horses and show horses in town. You know, at many of the North Country rural fairs, you still see the horse pulling contests. And it's amazing how strong horses are. People don't realize. Oh boy, we're getting right out. Look at this. Is this cool? He's dead serious, isn't he?
Well, he should be. You know, you don't want him to take this lightly here. He's
doing exactly. See how he's holding the reins? Perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess who's going to walk behind him holding the other end of the reins, huh? I love it. Oh, that's beautiful. We're ready to go.
And the best thing for this young fella is he gets a day off school here. He hasn't been in class.
Oh yeah, that girl wanted to go. She was ready. She was ready. She wanted to go toward Plattsburgh.
Put a little more weight in that cart there, so slow her down.
Yeah. What would happen if I jumped down? I guarantee you that. Isn't that beautiful?
She wants to head down the turnpike.
She's loving it.
Yeah.
She is loving it. Horses love to carry weight and pull. Look at the crowd over by the food, Calvin.
Oh, no. Doesn't look like I'm going to get a burger to go when I leave here.
I don't think so by the looks of it.
It is noontime here, so.
That's right, too. It is noontime. Just noticed it. That's great.
I'm darn sure that the cafeteria will be skipped over today.
I think you may be right. We were in there looking at the fish, and all I could smell was that Angus beef cooking. Of course, there are a few other odors that waft through here from the tents, right?
Yeah, it's better to be near the food booth than.
You got it. You got it. It's a beautiful day all the way around. I hope our audience has enjoyed watching this program throughout the day, because it's just perfect in every way. It couldn't be any better.
Go around in the circle.
Hey, Walt Trombley, how are you?
Good.
You told him to go around the circle, but you didn't tell him that it was going to be a 4-mile circle, did you?
He's coming.
Oh, he's coming back. Now he's starting to come. Just made the circle in the parking lot. What a beautiful little horse.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah.
Isn't it great?
The kids have a lot of fun with that.
Oh, I didn't realize that Whisper is her name, and she's 20 years old.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. In good shape for a horse that age.
She's in wonderful shape. She loves it, loves to pull. She She wanted to run.
Yeah.
She wanted to take off and jog or trot a little bit there.
Yeah. They live probably half a mile from my house.
Oh, they do?
And they hitched a horse up, and they got a trail to my meadow.
Oh, they do?
And they come right down to the house with the horse.
Come on.
On the cart.
Isn't that great? That's the neatest cart. Did they make that cart?
My grandson did, yeah, in ag class, in FFA.
Well, did he make the plans, or did he see them somewhere, or how did that work?
He saw the plans somewhere, and he found some material that I had around the farm and welded it together. And
there's always material around the farm, isn't there?
That old seat is a seat off from an old potato digger.
Come on.
Them old-fashioned potato diggers.
I asked Kelvin if that was an old seat, and just the way it looked looked like it had been around for a couple of days or maybe a few decades.
He was going to buy one. He went and looked for one. They wanted $75 for a seat. And he said to me, he said, "Can I have that seat?" I said, "Of course you can have it."
Isn't that beautiful?
Get his name. What's his name? His grandson.
Oh, what's your grandson's name?
Tony.
Oh, Tony, yeah, we knew that. We met Tony earlier.
My grandson is Matthew.
Oh, Matthew.
Little Matt.
Little Matt. Matt and Tony. Matthew's.
He's 10 years old.
He's 10, huh?
Yeah.
He's very serious about his driving there.
He's a little cowboy.
He loves it. He's got, look at his cowboy boots he's got on.
He's not used to being around where there's a lot of people.
Oh no, I bet she was
nervous.
But he's look at, she wants to go, that girl. She wants to hit the road. She's well fed too.
Oh yeah.
Michelle, she's getting a good.
I furnish the hay.
Oh, you do? Calvin went to feed her a little bit of grass, and he said, Matthew said, "Oh no, she can't have any grass. She's too fat now." So they live right nearby you, huh?
Yeah, a piece of property that I gave him when they got married. When my daughter got married, they built a new house. He's a good carpenter.
Is he really?
Oh, very good. Yeah, very good carpenter.
Oh, that's great. So they got the plans and put it together with scrap metal. And
he's a correction officer. He's only got, I think, 3 more years. He can retire, 25 years.
That's amazing.
But he's a very good carpenter.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hasn't this been a perfect day?
Very nice.
You
very
come
nice
back every year. We've seen you in more places.
Yeah. This is good for kids.
We've said it right from the very beginning. There's nothing better.
You know, there's a lot of children don't even know where milk comes from.
I know. From the store, they say.
Yeah.
So
this is good.
It's a good way to find out. It's good to raise kids, raising cattle, showing the cattle.
There's a lot of work, but we have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful. Great to talk to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Have yourself a fantastic day, will you?
You too.
For just a minute. Where'd the goats and the rabbit? Hi, how are you?
Good.
Who are you?
I'm Jennifer Bassett.
Jennifer, we're delighted to have you here today. Are every one of these your animals?
No, I have 3 rabbits and 3 goats here. This little one here, Rocky, Avalanche, and Turner in the back, and that's Gizmo the rabbit.
Well, you've got to have names for your animals.
Oh yeah, and that's Bubbles, and that is Coco.
Look at, I love the colors on those rabbits. The black and white one, beautiful. They'd love to be out of there, you know.
They're younger. They'll take off.
Oh,
Those 2 are babies. That one's about 5, 6 years old.
I heard one of them ended up in a classroom or study hall inside today. Probably not one of yours.
Not one of mine today.
Thank goodness. Where do you live? Nearby?
I live in Morris Forks.
Yes, Morris Forks is a good place to live. Yep. We even have a bishop from Morris Forks these days. Do you? You have a farm there, or?
I house these guys in Burke. The rabbits house with me, but the goats house in Burke.
Have you always raised goats?
I just started a couple of years ago, but I've been with goats and cows and horses pretty much all my life. And rabbits. I showed rabbits in the past.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Why goats, though? How come you chose to raise goats?
My kids show them in 4-H in Franklin County Fair.
You know, that's so great. We've talked about that since the beginning of our show today, how important it is to get kids connected with animals, right?
Yep. My kids are, and the kids are us of Constable, New York, and Franklin County.
No kidding. It's wonderful. And your kids go to all the fairs, or just
so far they've been just doing Franklin County.
Yep. Franklin County, or as we used to call it, the Malone Fair.
The Malone Fair.
For years and years and years. It's been well, all these North Country fairs have a long history, but that Malone Fair has been around.
Yeah.
Well, since long before I lived there.
Tyler.
That was a long time ago.
Where's Ryan? Find him.
So what's the gray bunny's name?
The gray bunny is Gizmo, and she is a Jersey Woolly.
Isn't she beautiful? Look at her. She's just trying to get clean a little bit right now.
Yeah, I just wetted her ears because she's so warm.
Oh, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
See what a good mommy you are. Well, thanks so much for talking with us, Jen. Have a wonderful day.
You too, and enjoy the FFA Fair.
You know we will. What a way to spend a couple hours of our time on a Friday morning, May 21st, 2010, in Ellenburg, New York, at Northern Adirondack Central School FFA Ag Fair. Thanks to Don, all the teachers, especially the kids who are involved in these programs. A special vote of thanks to the parents who are encouraging the teaching of these youngsters in the rural way of life. We think it's wonderful. We've covered the gamut from fish to oxen here today, and everything in between, and enjoyed every minute of our time. here come the oxen just to wrap it up. I want to thank you all for viewing this program, for spending some time with us on Calvin Vision on Hometown Cable, on HometownCableNetwork.com, at Plattsburgh.com, and wherever else you might pick us up on cable systems throughout the North Country and who knows where else. We enjoy and appreciate your comments and suggestions for future programs. We urge you to send a generous check to Hometown Cable, Calvin Castine on the Ridge Road in Champlain, and to stay with us wherever you are and enjoy what we have to offer, and tell other friends about it, will you? And who knows where we're going to be next time for our little corner.